Obese people of Reddit, what does it feel to be obese? I have beefed up and slimmed down more times than Ricky Lake. When I'm fat I find my knees feel it more. I get sweaty if I have to walk a long distance and I get out of breath. I also become more tired. Clothes don't fit properly, and even if I buy something in a bigger size I know it doesn't look good because of the fat rolls. That's not meant to body shame anyone. If you're comfortable in your skin and feel like you look good, then that's good enough for me. I just feel personally that I'll look better without the rolls. Physically, I never felt weird when I was obese because I had always simply been that way. But now I've lost most of that weight and I hate the bloated feeling and appearance I get after an especially heavy meal. The pain associated with being overweight is one of the many reasons I took control of my life and started working out/eating healthy. Joint pain can be unbearable, even more so when it's on a support joint that's been injured. I broke my ankle many years ago. Knees, hips, back, all of that ached for me. It would get worse at different times of the year and during storms. No, the whole "I can feel it in my bones" isn't a wives' tale. You could forget walking upstairs or even around in general. I'd get winded incredibly fast. Add the fact that I live in a tropical climate and I'd be a bucket of sweat. This made me self-conscious, so I never went out, adding to the dark black spiral that causes one to put on weight. Then there are the doctor visits, the blood tests, the diabetes talks, the threat of heart disease. Those are emotionally draining. The waiting to see if I'm still healthy. Well, as healthy as someone who's considered morbidly obese can be. And then you look in the mirror and you hate yourself for what you've allowed all the horrible eating and drinking and not taking care of yourself to do to your body. I was absolutely amazed after I lost my first 10 pounds how much of a difference I felt in my joints. How much working on my endurance at the gym helped me get to the top of some stairs without wanting to fall over. That feeling is what keeps me going back to lose more and to feel better. You sweat at the drop of a hat, you get tired real damn quick, and you can't run or do anything strenuous for a long period of time. I'm a big guy naturally, plus I lifted weights in school, so I've always been strong if not fit. But once I got married my wife fattened me up. At first I welcomed it. Married now, time to let myself go. Om nom nom. But then I got divorced and realized nobody wants to be with an obese guy. I don't even look like a generic fat person. I've just got a belly and a thick neck. Big is what people always call me. You're a big guy. But it's enough to turn women off initially, and that make me feel like poop. Luckily I'm watching what I eat and exercising alongside what I do for work, so I'll be fit again one day. But it's not a good feeling. Besides the horrendous negative self-image from a very young age that lasts through your entire life, which applies to not only your looks but everything about you as a person. About the same as being thin. Just a little harder to do absolutely everything. It's a very brutal truth to accept, but when you're fat everybody takes you a little bit less seriously because you're always carrying around an obvious flaw that malicious people will try to exploit. I've been obese and I'm currently overweight. You feel, well, heavy. It takes more work to do absolutely anything. Even your lungs and heart have to work harder just to keep you alive. It's not just your muscles that work harder. Your bones ache, mostly the joints. Even something as simple as going up a flight of stairs is a challenge that tires you out. Not the lol I got slightly winded going up the stairs harder, but holy poop that was a workout harder. The best way to simulate being fat would be to wear weighted clothes. Everything is just more work for your body. Exactly this. I lost 10 kilograms a couple years ago relatively quickly and immediately noticed a wonderful feeling of lightness. I hadn't really understood that I was heavy until then. I weigh about 236 pounds. Recommended weight is around 170 to 180 for my height. It's easy to run out of breath for small things. Looking at yourself in the mirror and not feeling like you can be attractive in the least is crushing. Clothes you wore all the time barely fit. You can feel you aren't worthy of your rest, so there's a lot to it. It's not always easy to lose weight. They say just exercise, but that's not always an easy solution. It takes a long time to lose weight, a lot of discipline and patience that most people don't have. Just a general sense of uncomfortableness around others. I always feel like my clothes don't fit right. I'm cautious of what I eat around others. I'm sweaty. I don't like pictures. I don't like to be touched. It reminds me of how big I am. I have unspoken hygiene rituals normal people would probably find weird. And the shame of knowing I will always be different. Obesity is a chronic condition. Even if you lose the weight, you have to maintain. You will have loose skin. You may never feel comfortable. Still, I'd rather be thin with jiggly skin cleaning under fat-free folds than lugging around my current body. I'm a small dude, but I've dropped 50 pounds in the recent years and the benefits are mostly energy related. I think your body gets used to it, and you don't really notice the actual weight, but your body is working really hard to make the situation comfortable for you, and naturally you just have no energy left. You don't really feel the weight in your limbs on a day-to-day basis. Most days I feel great actually, and forget about my size, but trying to carry the extra weight up a steep hill or many flights of stairs or something is definitely noticeable. I've never been skinny, but I've been much smaller than I'm now. You feel the weight in the resistance.